So these don't quite fit on my calf right. So what I'm going to show you guys is how to take care of that. So I see it's a good fit till about there, then they get a little bit tight. So what we need to stretch is this area up here. I'm just going to mark it with a little piece of tape so when we go to stretch I know where I'm working with. And then show the same thing on this one. Alright, so guys, now you can see right here where I've got these boots marked, and this is right where the zipper stopped on both of them. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and stretch this part out just enough so that they zip up comfortably without having to fight with them and stretch them. So what we're going to use today to stretch these, just a couple of very cheap, very inexpensive playground balls and a little air pump. Altogether, depending on how expensive you go, the balls and the air pump, maybe $20 at the most. So, first thing we need to do is let some of the air out of both of these balls. And the nice thing about using these is we can put them in these and leave them overnight and let the material truly relax into its new size and shape. Alright, so once we've got them worked down enough to where we're going to be able to get them in there, we want to make sure all these folds are sitting to where we've got this valve at the very top where we can get to it. Now put it in there and zip it up. And we're going to do the same thing for the other boot. You want to kind of do these together a little bit at a time. You don't want to get too overzealous with the pump, because what you can wind up doing is actually popping the stitching on the back or on the zipper. So you don't want to go too fast. You want to give the material time to relax. Again, if you'll notice, where I'm putting the ball is where it's going to do all of its stretching above this tape mark, because we don't want to stretch any further down here. That'll just make them get it sloppy. That one in, and again just kind of feeling where it's going to put the pressure on it. Put the needle back in the pump. Now, if you've got a compressor or beefier pump than this, by all means, it'll make this go a lot quicker with a lot less work. But the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you don't have to have that to be able to make this work. You can see right here it's already starting to fill out. It's not really stretching it yet, but it's just starting to fill up a little bit. And now you can see right here, now it's starting to really get in there, and we want to make sure it's pressing on where we want. And I'm actually going to move that up just a little bit. So again, to let the air out, all you have to do is take the needle off the pump and put it back in there. I'm going to let it down just enough so that I can slide it up just a little bit. There we go. Again, right there. It's really putting pressure on it where we need it, which is mostly through here. Now these, what I can tell you, just because I've worn these plenty of times before and I already know, the top is not really a problem. It's just this area right through here. And if you need to stretch the whole thing, all you need to do is stretch a little here, stretch a little further up. You just keep adding there. And what you see is this will start filling out. You can see where it's putting pressure all the way around. Like I said, you just want to take our time, watch what it's doing. Make sure we're not making any really horrific wrinkles or puckers with where these folds in the ball are sitting. We're going to let that one sit there for a little bit. And you can see how this fold right here has kind of pushed its way out, not all the way. But it feels tight right here. When it feels tight like this, that's when we know it's actually stretching the material. Let me pull this one up just a little because of what we saw on the other one. All right, now that we've got these in there, and we know they're where they need to be, we can take this tape off of here. And you can just kind of tell how tight they are by squeezing them. You can always add more air later. You can always go and do this another time. You don't have to do it all in one shot. Alright, and once you've got them like that, leave them for a while. Depending on the material, if it's a genuine leather, you can wet it down a little bit, rub a conditioner into it, and that'll help get it moving. If it's a PU leather or most any man-made leather imitation, or just straight up plastic, you can actually take a hairdryer to it, go easy with it, but just warm it up a bit, and it'll actually help set the shape a little bit. There's an old trick with stripper shoes. You know, you put your foot in it, heat it up with a hairdryer, and then it sets the shape of it to your foot, and that gets you through the break-in period a lot faster. You can do the exact same thing with these. So we're going to leave these overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow, let the air out of them, and see how we did. Alright, so we've let these sit overnight. We're going to let the air out of them and see how we did. So again, just take the needle off the pump and stick it in the valve. Don't want to get ahead of yourself and go and unzip it, because you'll actually break the zipper by trying to let it move under this much tension. But as soon as it relaxes down, you don't have to necessarily go far enough down to be able to pull it out. About there. And it unzips easy. You can either reinflate it, or you can leave your ball half inflated for the next time you need to use it. Since we haven't tried these yet, I would recommend leaving it right there so that they're ready to go in case you need to do another round. And so guys, if you remember, right about there is where the zipper did not want to go up anymore. Still a little bit snug, but nowhere near as bad. So that's pretty good. We could stand to do it a little bit more, but that's really not bad. Let's try the other one, see how it did.
Oh shit. Got my finger in the frame. Sorry.
It's fine. All right, do you have a good shot of this one?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you need to move that way a little?
I'm trying not to get the pile of clothes right there.
Oh, okay. Alright, so again guys, right there is about where this one stopped. And again, it's a little bit tight right in there. but pretty good, a whole lot better than they were. So what we'll do is we'll put the balls back in them, let them put a little more air in them, let them sit overnight again, and we'll try them again the next day. But you see how this is very, very quick, fairly easy way to stretch the calves of your boots out a little bit if you're having difficulty getting boots to fit. Hey guys, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up down below. If you've got any questions for us or comments about this video or anything you'd like to see in the future, just leave a comment in the comments section down below and we'll get back to you on it. Also, please remember to hit the subscribe button.